Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Racekraft Simulations V8 Veterans action for Season 24, Round 6 this evening, out at the Hockenheimring here for the Split 2 action by way of Infinity Broadcasting, being simulcast on both the Infinity Broadcasting and V8 Veterans YouTube channels. We welcome you in, and we welcome you to tonight's event as well. Hamish Munro here with you, joining me tonight as always, Brett Fisher alongside. Brett, we come into tonight's race off a history-making race last week, or history-breaking, we could even say, out at Road America, where we saw for the first time in Split 2 history of the V8 Veterans since, in my opinion, the stats counts, which is Season 11 of the Vets.
That we gave the Chubby Bud the winner.
Yeah, well, we've done that before.
Oh, that was more than that.
Yeah, we've done that before.
Well, yeah. We broke out, yeah. Sorry, Hamish, I stole your thunder. Keep going. I've broken your rhythm.
Oh, well, we've done that before. We did that for Sean Vandermillen last season out at Interlagos. But for the first time since when the stats count, as at the start of Season 11, where we went to 3 splits with the pre-qualifying system pre-season, we have seen 5 different winners in the first 5 rounds of the season. Trent Allen, Brad Doble, Halil Cesar, Bruce Tannock, and Bretton O'Brien are the 5 names on the list and in the history books this season as the first time ever. So we come into tonight at the Hockenheimring with the opportunity to do even more and break even more history of going 6 different winners from the first 6 rounds, and with a short paced race here tonight of 150 kilometres, 33 laps of the Hockenheimring, we could do it again, Brett. And it could likely happen if some drivers don't pick the strategy correctly and they get caught out with not enough time to catch back up and take back their positions.
Well, yeah, and looking at the strat, I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, it was your first tank will get you out to about 9 to 10 laps. Is that correct?
Oh, no, that was the critical lap, was lap 9 or 10.
Oh, sorry, that was the critical. That was right.
First tank would get you, I think,
12.
to roughly, 12 to 13 was the distance.
Yeah. So really, I mean, that in itself opens up a whole world of opportunities and different strats and things like that, doesn't it?
It does indeed, and I think tonight, obviously after the events of Monday's over 40s league race alongside the Volunteer Cup that happens as well, that then, they had a safety car at this track, so that then puts some pressure on these drivers tonight of, hey, we could see a safety car out here. And we could see one that then, obviously puts a major effect in place on this race, because if front runners or drivers fail to pit prior to that critical lap of roughly lap 9 or 10, if the safety car's called on lap 9, you needed, I think it was 93.6 litres to get home. Yep. You could do it if there was a safety car. You only need to save minimal fuel. If they don't pit prior to that point, and other drivers have, and then they call a safety car, all of a sudden you're in the water and you're dead in the water because the drivers who have already can pit at that point and then get home. We'll see if that plays out tonight on our screens. Do want to give a shout out to everyone watching along with us. We have finally got simultaneous chat happening. So the Infinity Broadcasting chat and the Vets chat have now got the Restream bot, which means it doesn't matter which channel you're watching on. If you get into the chat, we can read your chat because it comes to the same one for us here in the booth. So we can follow along with everyone chatting along wherever they may be watching. And if you are watching on the Vets channel, hit the like button, the subscribe, the bell icon as well, so you're notified whenever we go racing with Vets action. I have as well. I am one of the 638 subscribers of this channel. And if you hit that bell icon, you're notified whenever we have the broadcasts for Split 4, Friday nights, 9 p.m, Split 3, Saturday nights, 6:30 p.m, and then Split 2, 8:30 p.m, Saturday nights as well. If you're on Infinity Broadcasting, we recently hit 200 subscribers as of Tuesday night, which is a very humbling thing for me. Hit that like button, that subscribe, that bell icon too. You'll get stuff not only from the Split 2 action of Vets, obviously, you also then get stuff from the iRacing World Challenge for the VRS Porsche Cup Series Monday nights and the Rod Knock Cup on Friday nights, and starting next iRacing season, you get GTE action on Wednesday nights as well. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. As we're about to get into the gridding time for these drivers, let's have a quick look at our track map here this evening for the Hockenheimring Baden-Württemberg. Down here in the Palatinate region, I think it is, of Germany, not too far away from Frankfurt, of course. As we trickle our way on down, we will see this beautiful circuit, of course, formerly running into the forest off the end of what is turn 2 of this place. You can see the remnants of it on the track map there, but we can see this beautiful circuit. At one time, it was an alternating track for the German Grand Prix alongside the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit. It all starts out of the main straight, and we run up towards the Nord curve at turn 1, which is an early opportunity for off tracks. It's an early opportunity for a passing, an early passing opportunity. It's also an early opportunity, though, for incidents to happen, so drivers are going to have to be careful through there. You make it through the Nord curve. It's early
opportunity for a crash.
Early opportunity for a crash, pretty much, yeah. You make it through 1, though, you then head up towards turn 2 at Einfahrt Parabolica, which again, later in the race, probably more so than early in race, although it can happen early, we see passing opportunities happening through here, but it can obviously cause contact if drivers are not careful. You make it through 2, you then get down through 3 and 4, and then the long run down the turn 5 Parabolica, where you're just trying to tuck up right behind the car ahead to set yourself up for arguably the best passing opportunity of the whole track, but it's also the most daring down at Spitzkau for turn 6, where we often see drivers sending it in up the inside, Brett, and they either get overextended and end up off track, or the car they're passing doesn't realize they're right alongside them as they turn the tight hairpin and they make contact, similarly to the last turn at Long Beach.
The corner of mayhem.
It is the corner of mayhem. I heard a little word that Spitzkehrer in German means mayhem. Don't take my year 9 German memory to remember that at all. You make it through 6 though. You get the drive out the corner. That's the main thing you got to do out of 6 is get the drive in the car to set yourself up at turn 7 to then try and get a move done under brakes into turn 8 at the Mercedes Stadium section. If you can't get it done through there, you're then trying to tiptoe your way through 9 and 10, getting the car nice and tight just to then try and get the power down again up towards 11 at Mobile 1. Not a passing opportunity in the race, but can set yourself up at our sucks curve.
Or is that Schneisentight?
Schneisentight.
Sorry, keep going.
No, you're fine. But then...
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you, no.
You can set yourself up well, though, down at Sachs Curve for turn 12, which is slightly on camber. I mean, it's a little bit like the turn 4 at Zandvoort, where it's kind of banked as you run around there. You then try and get up through 13 and 14 in towards turn 15, and then the final corner at Sud Curve for turn 16. Big factor here tonight, though, Brett, I think we can both agree, is the pit entry. Drivers are going to have to be cautious of the AstroTurf on the entry into pit lane because they could very easily get caught out by it and then get a very debilitating stop hole penalty in pit lane, which would ruin their whole race. As the cars are getting gridded up, though, let's have a quick look at how they're starting here tonight. Lorne Mackay will start pole position alongside co-championship leader Brad Doble on the front row of the grid. Paul Burns, Bruce Tannock starting in behind with Rob Crisdale and Damon Fisher for your top 6. Reese DeGoey, Craig Friend then for the top 8 ahead of Michael Jones and Steve Lanyon for our top 10, with Chris Blanchard starting alongside the other co-championship leader Halil Cesar. Halil and Brad equal on points coming into tonight's race after one drop round has been included. For Halil, he's got a bit of work to do if he hopes to leave the Hockenheimring still the championship leader. For Brad, he does not have nearly as much work to do as what Halil would. Andrew Hoffman, Chad Weiger then start ahead of Darren Crosby and Dave Arney for the top 16, with Mick Clifton and Shane Randall starting in behind them. Matty Parker will start alongside Robert Griffiths for our top 20, with Tim Mulford and Mark Houghton starting ahead of Simon Haynes and Todd Duggan for the top 24, with Matt Monday, Alistair Bales starting ahead of Brett Fisher, Matt Stoyles, Michael Quain, Brett Taylor for the top 30, Sean Cullen, Brenton O'Brien, Jeremy Bush, Derek Lovegrove, Adrian Zeal and Matt Scholes then for our 36 car field here tonight at the Hockenheimring. 33 laps, 150 Ks. Brett, how much carnage could there possibly be?
It's going to be all of it.
And
it's going to be all of it. And just a quick one. 1 second for 31 cars. That's very tight up the front. But yeah, like this is going to be imperative that this first corner, it's a hard one if you're on the inside because you're not on your natural line. You're off for your line a little bit, and you probably want to try and sneak on the outside as much as you can or get through there cleanly. Will we get through?
Will we get through? And will Lorne Mackay be the 6th different race winner here this evening in the first 6 rounds of the season? Could he be the next history maker here in Split 2 of the Veterans? Former race winner, of course, is Lorne. He'll be hoping to get another one for himself here tonight. For Brad Doble, well, he'll be hoping to be the first multi-time winner this season, first driver to get 2 or more wins in the same season for season 24. It has occurred before in previous seasons, but he could be the first one to do it here tonight. The only other challenger close to him on the starting grid is Halil Cesar back in P12 or Bruce Tannock in P4. Crisdale, well, he's one of the contenders. He's 3rd in the championship. He's still chasing that first race win. Paul Burns, solid effort in qualifying. He'll be wanting his first race win as well. Damon Fisher, what can he do? Reese to go. He had it in the palm of his hand last week.
Yeah.
And threw it away. Craig Friend yet to get one. Michael Jones has been up and down like a roller coaster all season. And then there's Steve Lanyon.
The season is heating up.
It is.
Time.
It is indeed.
We've got the hot chilies out now, I'll tell you that right now.
Do.
And the other thing to watch too is obviously incident points. There's a few sections on track. Very easy. The rev rise. I'll let you take it away, Hamish.
As the res rise and we get ready to go racing here at the Hockenheimring. Who's going to get the jump down towards turn 1 and how much scrambling do we get as well? We're underway. 150 Ks of the Hockenheimring and there's already contact early on as that there was Darren Crosby off the start line and into the wall.
Oh, he's way out in the weeds there.
One of the top 10 contenders of the season at the moment.
Yeah. The rest of the crowd looks like a little bit of smoke in the background there, but the majority of the field getting through that first turn okay. And good old Lord Mackay just extending his run there. Bruce Tannick just in front of Doble, and Doble in third spot at the moment. Not a bad start for these guys.
No, it's not. Tannick's done well off the start line just to get up into P2. Already up 2 positions in this race. He rocketed his way forward. How are they going to go in towards the Sachs curve down here at turn 6? Oh, can they keep it clean?
I mean, out wide there.
It's always the danger zone, isn't it?
Yeah, scary as, you know. Oh, here we go.
Matt Stoyles off the road. So we always knew there was going to be one. It was whoever it was, or who was it going to be? That was the question. And
I think he did that on his own as well. I remember watching in the replay earlier, but yeah, I think he did that on the well. You know what I'm trying to say. Christopher Blanchard just trying to cover off on Steve Lanyard there.
Oh, he looks real loose on board this car.
Yeah. So was Lanyon as well as they come into there. Wiggling brakes, and here we go. The action is on here, first lap.
Viger's now gotten past both of them thanks to getting loose through Mobile 1, and Michael Jones wants to make up a spot 2. There was a bit of smoke then in the background. Yeah. That was Parker and Haynes, I think, making contact in towards turn 12. Parker just rejoins the circuit back there in his second race of the season here tonight.
Are these guys not fired up or what? You know, first lap, the action's going on. People are fighting for ground already.
They want early ground here. They want to try and get into their rhythm as best they can. And for Lorne Mackay, rhythm is the most important thing at the moment. There's our current running order. Mackay to Tannick to Doble to Burns to Crisdale to Goey, Friend Fisher, Cesar, Viger for the top 10. So Halil Cesar has managed to make his way up 3 spots off the start line and into the top 9 at the moment. But he's got a bit of work to do to chase down Brad Doble if he hopes to leave the Hockenheimring in Germany before heading out to Spain next week as the championship leader.
That was an intense first lap. I was on the edge of my seat and I wasn't even up the front end of the field, I'll tell you what. And just heading into the hairpin, there's a couple of sections on the track there, you know, like, you know, if you're good on the brakes and you get your nose up early and things like that, you've got a good opportunity. And people make mistakes in and out of that corner as well. So
on board with Lorne Mackay at the moment as he leads the way in towards Mobile 1. Off the back of him is Bruce Tannick, who we know has got great speed in that Chevy Camaro. Won the race at Portland earlier in the season. Hasn't been able to match that effort last week at Road America. He nearly did. He went for the race lead on to Goey in the second to last lap, and it all went pear-shaped, unfortunately for him. Could he try and get his second race win here tonight? He needs race wins as Mackay gets real loose into the final corner. And Tannick, I feel, Brett, could smell blood. He could probably smell blood right now.
Yeah. He's definitely smelling blood. That's another corner there, just getting both on the entry and exit. You've got the possibility of getting a, what do you call those things again?
An off-track. 1X. Off-tracks will be a big factor tonight.
Off-track, yeah, that's right.
Off-tracks will be a big factor. Hockenheim is probably one of the worst circuits on iRacing for off-tracks. And drivers are going to have to be really cautious of it, especially if they're getting into car contact territory as well, where they're worth a 4X. Get a couple of those, plus a couple of untimely off-tracks, and all of a sudden you're traversing through pit lane. Looking back at the moment here, as Doble's just got up to the top 3. Yeah. Burnsy's now under pressure from Crisdale.
Big time there.
It has.
Even back in this pack behind Burns, there's a nice little train there of drivers. So, Tannick having a look on the inside there of Mackay as well. But we've got a reasonable pack here, going all the way back to Dave Arney in 13th, and then we've got another couple of spats of little battles going on there. Tough corner this one here too. Try and get the car turned. You know, and then not running it wide there. So that was there's just so many places where, you know, if you didn't quite hit your mark, it was a possibility of a few tears.
As well, Andrew Hoffman, unfortunately on the early regression here, he's down 4 into P17, so he got caught up on the start line. I believe he might have been the one to have contact with Darren Crosby off the start, but he's just trying to get back into his groove down on the back of Mark Houghton here of Accelerate Sim Racing. as they traverse around to start lap 4 of 33 of this race. But drivers are going to have to be cautious tonight, I think. I mean, especially those championship contenders. Caution is now going to benefit them, I feel, Brett. And I think the next few weeks it's going to benefit them, not just tonight. Next week at Areth, in the rain, 200 Ks, that's going to be a tough run. And then 300 Ks of the Bend the week after, that's going to take tenacity, and that's going to take some real survival rate for you to get to the very end in a solid points position.
And isn't it a balancing act between how hard you push and how hard that you sort of keep something in reserve so you don't overdrive the car or overextend yourself, you know, because like you're saying, you've just got to watch what's happening, and the consistency is going to win it over.
Brett, look at this guy right here, up 8 spots. How have you done that?
Yeah, he's not doing too bad. I got no idea. I was just having a go.
Matty Skull's up 12 as well, and a good gain thus far. Sean Cullen up 8 positions. Michael Quain up 7 now that Mulford tries to take the position back off him as they run up through 9 and 10. Still side-by-side action here in the mid-pack. Got to give these mid-pack runners some love. They show up every single week and get into some solid battles.
Yeah. There's racing all the way up and down the pack, you know, and everyone needs a fair view, because these guys are still in the championship, you know, like it's not all over for them. These guys are trying to fight to get some sort of finish where we're hoping to aim. Mulford right on the back, Quaney here. And he's run wide.
He's run a bit wide. Quaney's
gone into pits, yeah.
He has. It might not even be that they're battling for the title, just a personal championship goal.
Oh,
you know,
exactly.
Battling for a goal. You know, similarly how you had the goal of a top 15 finish last season. I'm sure it's a very similar goal this season for yourself. And
100%.
A lot of these drivers would have those, you know, those mindsets coming into this season, thinking, I'm probably not a championship contender, but I can get there at some point if I just keep ticking the boxes and keep, you know, kicking those goals.
It's all about progression, isn't it? Moving forward. Sean not doing bad. He's up 9 as well. Skulls, like you said before, is up 13. So he's pushing forward, definitely.
Now, one of the biggest losers of this race at the moment, Shane Randall, down 7 positions in P25. Not the best race start for him.
Did he get caught up in early incidents?
I think he got caught up in the traffic and how the traffic was traversing through those incidents. So he started in I think it was P18. It's now 7 to P18. And just got caught up early and getting held up. But we'll see when he comes down pit road and if he gets held up by this traffic, because he had a bit more lap pace than them in practice and qualifying. May try and go for an undercut here, because it has worked out for him in the past. We'll have to keep an eye on him. But the reason that we mention him is he's in the top 5 of the championship at the moment, even after I think it can only be described as a horrible race last week at Road America, where nothing seemed to go right for him. He needs some good luck here tonight, as Damon Fisher's just having a blink in front of Halil Cesar as Reese to go. He comes down pit road.
Damn you, internet!
Oh yeah. I think we've decided what Damon's getting for Christmas from you this year, Brett. Possibly a new motor.
No. No, he doesn't have a motor. He runs off his phone.
Wow.
He runs off 5G.
Make the call. Make the call to Telecom. Get him some 5G.
Get him. Yeah, I know. To go in.
Yep.
Skulls in.
Skulls in as well. So early pit stoppers here. Yeah. We mentioned that was going to be a strategy tonight, Brett, of the early pit stops, because that critical lap, as we mentioned, it can bite you if the safety car is called and you haven't pitted before that lap.
Yeah.
And for these front runners, I mean, they're in a good groove at the moment. They won't want to bury themselves in the pack, but that's a risky game.
Isn't it? And that's the thing is, you know, like you're not going to, you know, pull out of that position now to get, you know, all you're going to do is throw yourself in a world of hurt, you know. It's all big dive Titanic on the inside there. A little bit of a rub.
Bit of a dooring.
Titanic goes,
and as he goes in the race lead. But still, a bit of a dooring, but it's still early doors here tonight. Anything can occur throughout the race. And even though Titanic is leading.
33. 6 laps of 33 completed here so far at the Hockenheimring.
Fantastic. I thought you were German then, Brett, if I'm
No,
honest.
you didn't. No, you did not.
It was definitely more of a Polish accent out of you for that one there. But
right, okay.
Lap 7 about to begin, though, here at the Hockenheimring as Titanic leads us round. Matty Parker is been through pit lane at the moment. Our projected pit out position, if it was, I didn't actually change the pit out time. The real projected pit out position of the race leaders. I kept it at 55 seconds from last week. It's a lie. It's not true. Currently, he would be projected to come out of pit lane behind Brett O'Brien. Down in P27 with Bruce Tannick on a 30-second time loss in pits. It's Hoffy, Duggan
in pits,
Randall
and
in as
Randall's
well.
side of, yep.
So we mentioned could go for that undercut strategy here. We'll see if it plays out for him. I think tonight, if we're going to get long green running, could there be a benefit of taking a short fill, get clean track, clean air, I should say, and then just try and push forward, because it's very difficult to make an overtake here, Brett. Easier to defend. And if you get yourself forward and there's cars battling behind you, you could make natural gains on track by taking that shorter pit stop earlier in the race.
Yeah, and the thing is too, like under brakes, like some people are better under brakes than others, and obviously, like we saw that pass that Tannick did earlier, and he was really confident under brakes. He took the dive, got a clean pass, and all that sort of stuff. But there's some drivers out there, and I know for myself, you're just a little bit tentative to throw it in deeper, because you don't have that 100% confidence on your braking ability, maybe. But then, that's all the trade-off, and then you go, if I bugger this up, am I going to lose out? Halil fighting on the back of Damon at the moment.
And a good little battle pack here for P7 on the road. Chad Viger. He's gone right. He's gone right with Halil tonight. Halil up 4, Chad up 5 at the moment. So they started only one row between each other, as Halil says, is into pit lane. So obviously both Infinity Motorsport entries running a very similar strategy tonight of coming in before that critical lap, in the hopes there could be a safety car called and the front runners get caught out. As I believe that's Mick Clifton following him in too. Of course, Mick currently sits in the top 5 of the championship, but needs a good result if he wants to remain there, and Robbie Griffiths follows him in as well. So some early, I don't want to call them gambles, because I don't think it's too much of a gamble.
No, it's not a gamble. It's definitely not a gamble, because it's knowing the critical lap is it's not that far away. You can get home from there with a full tank, and if something happens, you're in the box seat.
I think the real gamble would be if critical lap was like lap 3 and you pitted on lap 2. That's a gamble. That is a massive gamble for you to think we could get a safety car on lap 3 and I'm in the money. Because all of a sudden you're going to go long on tyres. Fred just gets the move done on Burns in towards the Mercedes Stadium section. Good move there from Craig, up 3 positions now for Old Mate and Sons. And I think for Craig, he's not currently within the top 5 of the championship, but a couple of good results late in the season could find him sneaking his way up there. Same thing can be said for Lorne Mackay, who's trying to battle his way up towards the top 10 of the title race at the moment. And I think the more that this goes on, Brett, and the more new winners we get this season, if we were to get a 6th different winner tonight, the importance on a race win is actually going to become more important. And it will become more crucial for you. And it puts the precipice on 2 race wins in a season wins you a championship. Because all of a sudden there's less races that the other drivers can win. So if you can win 2, all of a sudden you are in the money for a title. And
you're the guy to beat. Well, and like we talked about before, there's some people who've got consistent top 5s and top 10s and things like that. So it's only a matter of, continuing that trend, and you're going to lessen your vulnerability. Mulford in, Lovegrove in.
Yeah, both of them come into pit road. So
lap 9 of 33. Mackay's still right on the back of Tannick now. I mean, I'm assuming, I watched a couple of times there, Mackay. Oh, there we go. He's just had a duck on the inside, so he feels like he's got a better exit out of there, and he's just going to tuck in. I think, look, for Mackay, I think he'd probably, if the opportunity rose, he'll take it, but is he going to force it? I don't know. I mean, the car's looking racy at the moment.
It's looking real racy. I just don't know if he's going to try and force the issue.
No, that's right.
Within this race, I think he'll be happy to sit there for a bit, because he knows he can't win it if he tries to attack Tannick now and takes the lead, because Tannick will just come straight back at him. He also knows that if he tries to... a bit of fuel saving. I think he also knows that if he attacks Tannick now, it could very easily blow up in his face, and then, Brad Doble can just sneak on past them and take the race lead. So for Lorne, he's playing the smart game of just sitting in a solid position in P2, and he'll wait
a little
it
bit
out.
of pressure on.
He is, and he's holding pace with
pressure.
Bruce as well.
Yeah.
Like, he's not actually letting him go anywhere. So,
And I reckon Doble's probably in the same seat as well. Like he's just on half a second off the back of Mackay, so he'd be looking at doing the same thing, stay in contact. But like things can happen in front of you, and you don't want to get caught up in someone else's incident. Viger in pits, Blanchard, Lanyon, and Arnie in pits.
yeah, indeed. We've had a heap of chats out there tonight. Get them continuously coming through once again. Brett, you were out there amongst the crowd getting them all hyped up for tonight's race. And we've got Sean Cullen in the chat with us. Rhiannon over on the Infinity Broadcasting channel. When I did a test to make sure the chat bot worked, I said test, and she said, no, I don't want to do a test. I don't go to school anymore. So very clever from you, Rhiannon, on that one. Brett Horse in the chat, the 47th is out there with us as well. Hello, V8 Veterans. We're here to watch the best. Bring it home, Hoff. Also saying Hamish and Brett, the best in the business. Great to have you along with us here, 47th. Also saying as well, this will be the last broadcast they can watch for a while. Duties will keep them away, which is sad. So that's unfortunate. We hope to see you back very soon, whenever you can join us again. Nathan Favero in the chat with us for the first time for the Split 2 broadcast. Welcome in, Nathan. Hope you enjoy the show. Reese DeGoey out there, Steve Lanyon as well, and Hillel Cesar in the chat too. So get your chats out there and continue bringing them in. Todd Duggan, well, what a performance he had at Portland a few weeks ago. And then last week at Road America, a really unfortunate result. He'll be hoping to try and make up something for it here tonight. He sits right on the back of Michael Quain as they battle away here for P30 on the road. Could he try and go for the move down into the hairpin? No, and that there is a money shift and a half. And round goes the Nova Simsports Mustang. Blown engine. Tannick, Doble, Friend are all into pit lane.
Here we go. It's on. Hey, Duggan just letting... No, was it Duggan? Sorry.
Oh, it's Duggan there. He's parked up. He needs
Duggan,
a tow.
Yeah. Duggan's just let out the blue smoke. And once you do that, there's no more go.
So to give the update on the highest ranked driver with one pit stop already in this race, Halil Cesar is currently sitting at the front of the sheets, and he's into pit lane. So second compulsory pit stop for Cesar here.
Yep.
Now it'll be a longer stop. He took slightly less fuel to get track position last time out. Zeal's in for his first stop. Viger's in for his second. So this could be a battle for the race lead between Chad Viger and Halil Cesar.
Wow, this has really opened up this, hasn't it? It's going to be on for young and old. And old and old.
I mean, this has opened it right up for us.
Yeah.
Safety car is called. And Lorne Mackay, unfortunately, has stayed out. So has Crisdale. So has Burns. As has Damon Fisher, Michael Jones, Robbie Griffiths. Bruce Tannick pitted. Now, I wonder, when he pitted, had they called the safety car? Because if they hadn't, he could technically pit again, as he would not have taken his first CPS when the safety car was called.
Yeah. And I must say, that's one thing that I did. I got into pit lane before the safety car was called. And, yeah. So let's see. If Tannick runs back in there or not.
Mackay's in for his first stop. Crisdale in.
Crisdale's in.
Burns, yeah, they're all coming in, you feel. They've got to come in. If they don't come in, they're giving it up. But
Chad Viger.
I think now the big issue is, for those drivers who've only just done their first stop, they are about to give up a mammoth amount of positions and a mammoth amount of time. Remember, it's 30 seconds time lost in pit lane. Those other drivers earlier who took their first stop before critical and have now just taken their second stop, they can get home from here. No doubt about that. But they're about to gain 30 seconds on every single car who has just done one pit stop. So if you've done one already, like Dave Arney, Mick Clifton, Andrew Hoffman, Matty Parker, Lovegrove, who came in on lap 8, you've got to come in again and you've got to do this second stop. Because for Tannick, he stayed out. Mackay stayed out. Crisdale, obviously they've just came through the pit lane. Arnie has stayed out. I think that there is a massive blunder for Dave Arney. Brett, he could have come in and he could have gotten the second stop done and dusted and got home.
Yep. So on the timing chart, Viger is our top. No, Reese to Goey.
Reese to Goey
Goey's
is
in
our
there. Reese to
effective
Goey.
race leader who's just done his second stop
Yeah.
and has just pulled out of pit lane.
Yep. Chad's second on the road, and Halil is third.
Yep.
As our effective race leaders at the moment.
20 plus laps on
12 or
tyres.
33.
20 plus laps on tyres
Yeah.
is not so bad because we're going to be. We're not going to be doing 20 plus laps on tyres, though, Brett, because we're going to be under safety car now because of all this pit stop issues. We're probably going to be under safety car now until lap 15.
Yeah.
So that then cuts it down a little bit.
They are going to get a bit ordinary and things like that. But I think they're going to be drivable. You know, like it's not going to be too bad. What's going to be interesting though is I wonder how the fuel for everyone is going to go. You know, like is there anyone who's short filled or anything like that?
You could have gotten away with a short fill because it was lap 10 and lap 10 was the real critical. Where lap 9 you needed 0.3 more than a full tank, so they could have short filled and gotten it to the exact amount they needed.
A little bit exactly.
The issue now is drivers like Dave Arney, Mick Clifton, Andrew Hoffman, Matty Parker, and Derek Lovegrove have just put themselves dead in the water because they could have just taken their second pit stop and made it home in this race. So unfortunately for those guys, they could have easily been on a much better advantage than the cars they are currently around, which is amongst the top 10, where now they've put themselves in a position where they're only going to lose positions, and it's such a short race that
it's going to mix it up.
This is going to change it up because it's such a short race now, Brett, that these guys who haven't done their stop before critical and have only done one stop to this point now, they don't have enough time to come back, I don't think.
No. Well, they're going to be hoping for another safety car.
No, they won't. At least they won't. What they'll be hoping for is long green period. They'll want long green period so they can build gap. If we get another safety car, only a few laps after this one, that'll kill them.
I was thinking the wrong way around.
What the drivers want who've taken 2 stops is another safety car because it's going to keep the field condensed. And it means they're going to make up more positions.
And it'll shuffle these guys back in the pack further. Yeah.
So when we think about...
I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, my God.
When we think about 30-second time loss in pit lane...
You can see I'm really good on pit strat.
When we think about 30-second time loss in pit lane, currently for Bruce Tannick, he's going to be... It says right at the back of the field, but obviously he has cars behind him that also need to pit. Everyone from Michael Quain, well, not everyone, but majority of people from Michael Quain up are going to jump Bruce Tannick and co when they come into pit lane if there is another safety car very shortly. If there is another one, it will kill them. They need a green run, and they need it to be green for at least 10 to 12 laps for them just to build some sort of gap. It'll lessen the blow. It's still going to be a big blow, but it will lessen it significantly.
And then once they've done their pit stops, if they got a safety car after that to compress the field, that probably would be an advantage then.
It would, yes, because they'd have freshest tyres.
Look at me being intelligent.
Well, there you go, Brett. But yeah, then they would have the freshest tyres, and then they'd be able to attack their way forward. So
that's right, and they're closer to the guys in front.
So and one thing to remember now is, so even though those drivers who've taken 2 stops they're obviously going to be on old tyres by the end of the race. If we get a safety car after this period ends, and these guys who've just done 1 stop come in, their tyres are basically just as old as the others. You know, and all of a sudden tyre degradation is no longer an issue. Which again only advantages the people who pitted for their second stop on lap 10 or lap 11. It's a crazy and wild thing to happen tonight. What it does is it completely shuffles and shakes up the order by the time these front runners come into pit lane. It also means that Bruce Tannick will not be the race leader by the time he comes in for his second pit stop as well. It should be Reese de Goey, who gave up his race win last week. But if Reese were to get up the front and were to take the win That's our 6th different race winner this season. It's the first 6 races. We would continue to make history if that happened.
I'm getting pumped for this series. I tell you what, I mean, it's just got a different feel to last season, but it is an exhilarating feel. I think it's just building again, but it's building longer before we see our second race winner. Tannick's got control of this field. Mackay, Brisdale, Burns, Doble, Arnie, Fisher, Deeb, Clifton, Hoffman, and Parker in the top 10 at the moment. When's he going to let him go? Mackay having a look on the inside. Here we go, and away.
Underway once again at the Hockenheimring. Bruce Tannick has put the foot down and is going to try and break away as fast as possible, if he possibly can. Mackay and Crisdale have to try and go right with him. And the issue now is if they're going to be fingers crossed that this race stays green. They need green flag running for the next period of this race as Friend and Jones battle.
Tannick already building about a half a second gap on Mackay.
The battles are echoing something of legend here this evening as they run up towards turn 6.
Can we get them all stopped?
Let's hope we do.
Especially straight after a safety car. A couple of people done up the inside. It looks like, was that Viger on the inside of...
Might have been on Goey.
No, it was Chad. It was Chad Viger on the inside of Cullen.
Yeah, and Sean Collins. He's already jumped to Goey off this race start here. Randall as well is now down 6 positions, but again he'll get a good gain out of this. So his race all of a sudden has been turned on its head by
Mulford
taking
up on the inside.
Here comes Mulford outside line at turn 9. Bit of contact between them. Scholes has gone round into the wall. Massive damage on the 801 Simsports car, and that car
is this
there,
our second?
that car, look at that steering. It is absolutely cooked.
That is peaked.
That car is absolutely fried.
Wow.
And that shot right there could be the broken hearts of the front runners who needed this race to stay green flag.
Yeah, that's going to hurt.
So if you're at the front now, you've got to push like all hell. Because if this safety car is called, you are about to be in the weeds. Skulls is still parked there. I think this is going to be a safety car again.
Maybe if, like, the car was a bit further tucked in that cutout, they might have held it off, but the car is still poking out on track.
Yeah,
so
safety car's been called.
There you go.
So that there has all of a sudden completely flipped it on its head. And if you're Bruce Tannick, you're pushing as hard as possible just to build up any gap that you can. But the issue for him now is, if he wants to gain on anyone, he has to try and gain about 9 seconds just to get ahead of Brett O'Brien by the time of the pit stop.
Yeah, he's obviously going to try and have to be as accurate as possible on his fueling, because if he's not, it's going to hurt him track position wise, which is going to anyway. But any second extra in pits is going to hurt even further.
So our corrected order by the time they come through pit lane should be Chad Viger, Reese DeGoey, Halil Cesar, Steve Lanyon, Chris Blanchard, Simon Haynes, I think, for our top 6. Randall, Mulford, Brett Fisher, and I think Alistair Bales will be in the top 10. They're into pit road. So where will they end up out of all this? Tannick took a shorter stop on that last stop there, Brett, but we may see him underfuel this thing now because we got the safety car.
Yeah,
they're all in pit lane. Let's see how they end up.
Hope all the calculators in pit lane in the cockpit of the car will be going off like a frog in a sock at the moment, trying to work those numbers, unless they've got someone on the sideline. Bruce Tannick's out.
He is out.
Goey's out. Mackay's out. They're all coming out now.
What a scramble!
Here we
of
go.
Pit lane.
Oh,
absolute scramble!
And just a scramble of in the brain too, to try and make sure you got everything right. Back out. You're probably a bit sort of flustered because you've lost a lot of track position, so you know you're going to have to fight hard. And we're 16 laps of 33.
We are indeed, and we'll take this time, I think, since we're halfway through the race and we've got a safety car, to give a quick thanks to our title sponsor of the series, Racekraft Simulations. They've been a massive supporter of the series for a long, long time. So we're going to give thanks to those guys. If you're in the WA area, head over to 16 Grogan Road, Perth Airport. Have a chat to John and the team and check out some of the rigs that they've got on offer for you. Don't go anywhere. Racecraft Simulations V8 Veterans Actions returns soon at the safety car restart. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Racecraft Simulations V8 Veterans here for the Split 2 action of Season 24, Round 6 out at the Hockenheimring. Massive shout out has to go to Racecraft Simulations for their continued support of the series once again. Head over to 16 Grogan Road, Perth Airport, have a chat to John and the team, check out some of the rigs they've got on the floor, test them out for yourself, and if you've got the spare coin, maybe even throw it the way of one of those PT1s. Also want to give a shout out to our other series sponsors, Logitech G, Parramatta Isuzu Ute, Play One Sim Gear, Nova Simsports, Südspeed gloves, LGC Images, and Chubby Buns burgers for the Driver of the Day award. And at the moment, I think we've got a good handful of choices tonight, Brett, of who we could possibly nominate. But I think we can also think of ways that we could work around narrowing that down a little bit, I think, to how we come to a decision on the 4 names. Right now, obviously Chad Weiger, Ristigo Hell says, well, whoever wins the race, they can't be nominated, so that there's kind of, null and void. But
yep,
out of that current out of the current front runners, I think Lanyon's done well, Cez has done well, Hazard's to go. Yep. Same as Blanchard. I think for
Haynes has done well too.
Haynes has done very well. Any of the top 10 we could nominate. I think we need to let this race play out, see where everyone ends up, and then come to a decision by the end, because I don't think it's going to be over in the exact same manner that it currently sits. I think there is going to be some sort of change-up.
There's still heaps of stuff to be played out here. 17 laps of 33. Pace car pulls away. Did you say you were having a nice German feed before, Hamish?
No, I was not. but I do know of a German feed.
What is the most popular food in the region?
Salmagen is the most popular,
very good.
most popular feed of the the Palatinate region here in the Hockenheimring. So it's pretty much
good.
it's like German haggis, pretty much.
Oh,
is
right.
the best way to describe it.
Very informative of the local cuisines.
I wonder how we're informed of that there, Brett. I wonder.
I wasn't going to try and pronounce it. I'll tell you that right now.
We'll see how
away.
He's got us away.
Gone.
Green flag running once again as we start lap 18 of 33. So it's a completely different ball game now to what we were like only a few laps ago, Brett.
Oh, certainly. We've got an Angry Bird up the front. We've got two SLS Racing. So we've got an Infinity Motorsport. We've got WKMP Motorsport. We've got the privateer of Simon Haynes. It's all going off. And as we got a bit of a touch.
Yeah,
bit of a touch up there.
He's knocked his way through. But he got the move done on Lanyon.
Says is in the box seat here, knowing the fact that he's up on the championship points. He's going to want to try and keep this going here.
Well, this has worked out really well for Cesar.
But
here comes Lanyon and Lanyon and Blanchard on the inside as Cesar has to let him through. Haynes sneaks on by as well.
Haynes.
And then his teammate is
Randall.
now up on him too.
Randall snuck through there as well. And that's the thing, you know, like some of these guys are going to be willing to put the car up there, and some of these other guys are going to go, hang on, guys, all I want to do is finish the race now, you know? Like,
was he running up
towards Blanchard a little bit sideways out there?
He's still looking sideways, and these guys have gone together pretty much the whole race. I mean, they've been around each other the whole race as Lanyon and Blanchard. Hainsey doing a good job up into P5, up 18 positions at the moment.
Hoffman just passed O'Brien.
Well.
And Jones on Houghton.
Indeed. Bretton O'Brien a bit further back in the field. Craig Friend near him. In behind him at the moment. And there's Hoffy up ahead. But Breton didn't qualify so well tonight. And he's up 10 positions at the moment. Of course, won the Driver of the Day award last week out at Road America for being our 5th winner of the season. So he's now ineligible for the rest of the season. Arguably, I don't know. Oh, Friend real loose through the final corner. Just gets it saved somehow. I think we half gave it to Breton, not only to represent his incredible achievement, but also just to stop him asking us about nominations and why he doesn't get them. Michael Jones.
Off, man. Oh.
Yeah. Michael Jones at the inside of Paul Burns. Good move from him there. So good to see some battling happening further back in the field. Back up in the top 10 though. Randall, Mulford, Fisher battling away. Brett, you're doing well up 18.
Look at me go. Randall just been shuffled by Mulford there. Also, just want to have a look at Doble back in 18th place after that, that shuffle.
Loss. It is a massive loss for him.
Yeah, that hurt him big time there. Got a few cars shuffling there back in the pack there as well. There we go.
So Jones
That's
is around
see
there.
A few, yeah. Chrisdale gone past Mackay. Bayless gone past myself, shuffling me back to 11th. I think I might have lost 2 spots there actually. Tannick and Bales.
So there's Tannick now up inside the top 10, trying to chase down Shane Randall and Tim Mulford here. See if this can work out well for him. As Lovegrove's had a mistake in the background as well.
Old Smokey there in the chat just asking who's made the most drives. So at the moment, Simon Haynes.
Yep, Hainsey up 18.
Simon Haynes up 18. Alistair Bales up 16. Myself up 16. Brett Taylor up 16. So there's a few drivers up there getting the numbers up. Quaney in pits.
Michael Quain in. I doubt it's for a pit stop. I'd say it's for a drive-through.
No.
Because why would you come in now for a stop unless you've got damage? It is a drive-through penalty for Michael
Yeah, he's
Quain.
cruising through. Yep, that'll hurt him.
He will indeed. So battling continuing on here.
Chad's just got about a 1.5 second gap on DeGoey. DeGoey be happy he's up on the top. Nice wording. Top end of the field there, especially after his unfortunate loss of the front of the field. Blanchard about 1.5 seconds behind. And Lanyon chasing his tail and Shane, Simon Haynes within half a second off the back of Lanyon. So this is getting feisty up here. Big
Comes
inside
Lanyon
move
on
there.
the inside.
Real deep.
Oh, contact's made.
No.
Round goes Blanchard.
Oh, that'll be interesting to see what happens with that. I'm going to leave that right alone.
Yeah, that one there, wouldn't want to touch with a 10-foot pole if you ask me.
Blanchard still dropping like a stone to 22nd now, unfortunately for Blanchard.
I think he's only just gotten going again. He has P22 now on the road. Michael Jones had an incident in the background as well. I think self-inflicted possibly. But for Chad Weiger, he leads the way at the moment. And, well, if you're in his seat, you're feeling pretty good.
Friend just got past O'Brien, I think.
That he did. He did get past him.
Yeah.
He's done well for old mate and sons. And
I'm all over this stuff,
you are a proper Larko right now, Brett. It's fantastic.
Got no idea what's going on. Most of the drivers in the 44s and 43s at the moment. I didn't see what the guys at the top end of the field were doing, but they're all going hard here. It's a tight little pack, you know, like there's a little bit of gapping, but there's not a massive gap. So I think the biggest gap now is from Degoe to Lanyon of about nearly 3 seconds.
Yeah.
We cruise down. Mulford is about 2 seconds. And then further down the pack, we've got a couple of 1 seconds, and then Blanchard about 3 seconds. So look, there's a tight little field. Doble here on a charge, 16th place.
He's
After
got
we checked him in,
to,
going for a big run.
He's got to make positions,
break.
Brett. He's got to make positions. Here he comes, inside line.
Nice.
Takes the spot from Taylor. And if you're in Brad Doble's shoes, pressure's on because you've got to gain spots because your championship rival, the co-leader of the championship, Halil Cesar, is P5 at the moment.
Oh,
he's 10 spots ahead of you. You've got to make up positions, even if it's just get the car to the top 10, just to ease the pain. Yeah. That's what Doble's got to do.
Balance the herd out a little bit.
Yeah.
And talking with Brad during the week, and as we do because we practice together and lots of stuff, that his mental attitude is on point, I reckon. And it's don't force the moves. You know, like he sits there and what'll happen will happen. He obviously tries to put pressure on, but he's not going to take any chances, you know, like he just lets the race come to him. And it's, you know, like he's a really smooth driver and he gets an absolute utmost out of the car. I tell you what, he's on for a really, really good season. If he can continue his mental game that he's been doing, I think, you know, like I know he's up the top end of the championship at the moment, but he's a solid contender. I wouldn't write Brad off at this stage at all.
Yeah, I would not write him off. He has got a drop round in hand, of course. We're in for a tight battle. Yeah, all throughout, I think, Brett, I think this is really starting to simmer up as a hotly contested championship.
Yeah,
all the way to the
hot chilies
end.
are in the pan. The hot chilies in the pan, and we're starting to add the Tabasco sauce.
I was thinking maybe a bit of sriracha as well. Possibly some, I don't know, maybe some last stab on there too for any of the Hot Ones fans out there.
Bit of the Ring Burner 2000.
Oh, yes. As we run in towards the Mercedes Stadium section once again.
Yeah, 22 laps of 33 here being completed at the Hockenheimring.
We've had a chat from Jack Oz over on the Infinity Broadcasting chat. Most liveries have changed a lot since I last saw it. What is everyone's favourite liveries out there at the moment? A bias aside. There's a lot of
really, really good liveries
there
coming out of a lot of stables at the moment. It's fantastic to see.
Yeah, there are indeed. I mean, bias aside from my own team, I am a big fan of the Frog Leap Juice racing car. I think that thing is very sexy. I do like the Shadow racing cars as well, Brett, just to give you a bit of an up there.
Oh, thanks, mate.
You're welcome.
Bit of a man hug.
Yeah, and I think I said at the start of the season, the SCR
these
cars
look
are absolute tops.
They do.
Mikey's done a great job on these, so fair play.
Oh, look, there's a fantastic variety as you go through the pack. Even the Pagnani, is that how you pronounce it?
Pagnian.
Pagnian, thank you very much. They've started to add a bit of colour. I'm hopeless. Like, really, does cat start with a K?
The name does, the animal does not.
Yeah. But once you look up and down field, as we see Fred having a little bit of a send. No pun intended.
Could he have a go?
Is he going to get it up the inside there? Offie, he just got it nicely through. Good move. But if you look up and down the field, all the way up and down the field, there's some absolutely fantastic paint jobs. And I know for myself, because as you said, I do paints. It takes a long time to do some of these paints. And sometimes I don't know about you, Hamish, but I know sometimes I could be working on a paint for days and days and days and then go, you know what, it's just not working, and scrap it. And start again from scratch, that's just the way it is.
Well, I work as I go along, Brett. And in the case of our team paints, I started with Halil's because Cooler Master is a lot more stringent of how you can apply their logo to a car and how you have to use it. Like, they have a lot of guidelines. So I based every car around how I had to base Halil's car, and that's then where I got to that final design. And I was just able then to make adjustments to both the Blackheart Designs car and the Infinity Broadcasting car, which there are none of in Split 2.
I was working on two different style paint schemes for our car prior to the finished product, and they look nothing like what turned out.
I'd often change them every 2 seasons, so I like to keep it for at least 6 months, just so then, when we are commentating on them, we don't get confused as to who they are. Which can often happen.
For sure.
Just here is Bruce Tannick, I think, has just had a minor incident, but he is still going just ahead of Shane Randall. But yeah, I think
I just lost a spot to Stoyles.
Yeah, he did. So there's a couple of movements up and down the field at the moment. 24 of 33. So we're getting into the dying embers of this race now. And again, it's just on the simmer, isn't it? You have a feeling that
there's a lot of pressure going on.
We've gone green for too long, it almost seems. It seems like something's bound to happen on the, we're on the precipice of something happening here. And surprisingly, Tannick's actually given up a lot of time to Mulford up ahead of him.
I reckon I might just go and check, Hamish, the pressure gauge, because I reckon she's just about in the red. We might have to let some pressure out in a second.
Yeah, I think so. I can hear the glass cracking there, Brett, if I'm honest. So might have to just let some of it out.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, old pressure limiting valve.
Up 25
so Haynes,
of 33.
Go. Yep. Just watching Haynes too. 4th spot at the moment. He's only about half a second off the back of Lanyon. So I think he's been in that spot really chasing down Lanyon for the last few laps. So he's doing a cracking job there.
He's doing a great job. Especially
Doble
with the oncoming pressure from Halil Cesar here. But I think Halil knows where Brad is in comparison to him. I don't think he's under pressure here to push too hard. But he will be happy to pick up scraps.
So Haynes doesn't really have any championship pressure at this stage. So, he might be a bit more inclined to send it, than protect it. So, although I do say that, and I will correct myself, because he is in the top, he's well within the top 10 at the moment, isn't he? Or not quite. He might be just on the outside of it. Sorry, let me just check my paperwork.
Who's that?
Because I'm so good with that. I think he's just in the top 10. Or just out of the top 10.
He's
so
roundabouts. So it could be a good game for him tonight.
Definitely. Definitely.
Especially if he can finish up here. And I think, right now, great strategy play from him. And I think one of his better drives. He's been doing great.
Yeah, I think he's done. He hasn't got a DOD of the day for a DOD of the day. Good on you, mate. This season, has he?
Not this season. He had one last season for a top 10 finish.
If he finishes in the top 5, I think if he finishes in the top 5, definitely he's worth a vote, I reckon.
I do as well. And I also think, too, just to back that up, I think you also then deserve the vote as well, Brett, because you're up the same amount of positions as him. I think you've had a great race to get there. I think if Tannic can lock out this top 10 after that strategy blunder, that's worthy of a nomination in my mind. Even though he's down 3, he's driven great.
Yeah,
And
he's come back big time.
And then outside of that, I don't know.
See Tim Mulford up.
Maybe
15.
Rob Crisdale. Maybe Crisdale. Maybe Mulford. Again, maybe Cesar. I think if Haynes beats Cesar, we can't nominate Cesar. I think that's what we're at here. But lap 26 to 33, Crisdale's on the run, back up to try and get into the top 10. He wants to move on Randall if he can get it. Up the inside now he comes. Here comes Mackay as well. There's Bales too. Locks up, makes contact. Randall's been forced wide by both of them as Doble and Stoyles make it up the insides now. And it's a schmozzle down there. Fisher nearly got spun round.
This is huge. That was massive. There was 3 cars wide going into that hairpin there. That was crazy stuff.
That was a send from about a suburb back from Alistair Bales. Just locked it up a little bit and made contact with the back of Mackay's car, it seemed, and that pushed into Crisdale. Luckily, he came out unscathed for him, but that's cost Randall massively. That's arguably cost him, probably cost him a top 10 in this race.
Look at the background there. That's still going on in the background too. There's still some squabbling going on over those positions between Arnie, Fisher and Hoffman, Taylor, O'Brien, and that pack has just become a little bit more angry, a little bit more agitated, as we might say.
Yeah, it is really starting to heat up in the mid-pack now. Lap 27 of 33. And the further and further we go in this race, green flag running. Well, if we last another 2 laps of green flag running, we're not going to see another safety car tonight.
No.
Which then makes the night a whole lot easier for the likes of Chad Viger, Reece DeGoey and Steve Lanyon on the road
Chad,
this evening.
We haven't talked about much. Oh, another dive on the inside there. Great. He pulled out there, so he's seen what was going on there. I was just going to say, Chad having a cracker out in front. He's nearly 1.5 seconds plus and pulling a little bit more of a gap on DeGoey. Doble coming up on the inside of Crisdale.
On Stoyles.
Stoyles, sorry, my bad.
Stoyles. Randall wants to try and follow him to get past Mackay if he can.
Oh, that's
Doble
a nice move.
Through.
That's a nice move.
Oh, Randall mirrored it in behind them as well. 2x2 stuff. You love to see it. So Doble now, who's still under pressure from Stoyles to lose that spot back, he maintained. He's up to P11. Randall trying to defend hard too, so it is really starting. The pressure cooker, I think, Brett, may possibly be in the mid-pack, not at the front tonight.
Oh, it is. It is. They're fighting for positions. And Brad at the moment has done a cracking job. I know he's a teammate, but he has done a cracking job coming back through this field after getting the uppercut from the pace car. I think he's done an absolutely fantastic job there. Still under pressure from behind, but yeah.
I mean, a great comeback in this race. I mean, do we then say out of Brad, Rob, and Bruce, do we say whoever finishes high could get a nomination for a comeback drive as well?
I reckon so. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, look, it's up to you. But I just sort of wanted to point that out. I think it's a cracking comeback.
I think it's a fantastic effort.
I mean, Brad was very...
Has Brad already won one this season? That's the issue that we have.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. I mean, look, even if it's an honourable mention, I think Bruce has come back through the pack, but nowhere near as much as Brad has tonight. Some of it, obviously through other drivers' incidences and things like that, which allowed him to come up, but he's still fighting. He's still out there having a good old crack.
Just to confirm as well, Simon Haynes has won a Driver of the Day award this season. He won it at Road Atlanta, so he is ineligible.
Oh, well, you're out of it, buddy.
This evening. And Chad Viger, well, he's winning, and it wouldn't matter as Craig Friend's gone round.
A few cars.
Yep, Friend is around down at turn 6.
Bales dropping.
Massive
he's going the wrong way.
A massive scramble of positions here. Friend
he's lost his brain. He's turned around.
He's gone. Oh my God! Now it's a car park down there.
That's Cullen in there, and he's not going anywhere. He's
Clifton too. Burns. This is massive for the championship for Mick Clifton. He was in the top 5 of the title race coming into tonight's event. This is massive.
He just stuck there. Oh, a bit of smoke going on there.
Yeah, I think Cullen's trying to burn up that rear right tyre.
Now we're releasing.
Finally pulls out to let them have it. But man,
Wow,
that there is a schmozzle and a half.
I don't know whether I did get to it before, but I was going to say Chad Viger doing a great job out in front. I think he did say that. I did say that, but he's got 2 seconds now on Degoe. Great to see Degoe actually running in second spot there too. That'll bring him back a bit. You know, it's like having that last crack and drive off the tee on the 18th hole. Brings you back for the next one.
Yeah, then unfortunately you muck up the chip and you end up in the forest.
Oh, you don't worry about that. It's all about the drive, and you don't worry about the 5 putts either.
You know, it's been a bad day where you're on the tee shot and you muck up your last tee shot of the day. That's when you know it's time to pack up and go home.
Yeah.
This is a very tight battle pack that's happening here, though. Tannick and then yourself, Brett, and Darren Crosby. Battle for P7. You're putting the move here on Tannick, Brett. Where has this come from? Oh,
look at me go.
Big balls Brett over here getting hungry for an overtake.
No, couldn't get the drive out. Couldn't get the drive out. And Crosby was... I was actually... I was unsure about this track to start with for the first couple of days of practice, but I was starting to get into a bit of a run, and I was going all right, and I was actually starting to get more comfortable with the car. So, yeah, no, I was actually going all right.
You know what, actually, Brett? We mentioned Tannick, Crisdale, and Doble for a comeback drive. What about Crosby? Spun round off the start line to the very back of the field, currently into the top 10.
Yeah, that's a good drive.
I think he might be the one we nominate for a comeback here tonight, because that's an incredible effort. And not just a comeback, he's gained positions out of it too, as Michael Quain and Robert Griffiths are off the road into the Mercedes-Benz Stadium section. It's a poor night for Michael Quain, unfortunately. That'll mean a couple of points coming off his licence, unfortunately for Michael. Has to try and reset now before next week at Jerez. You're in a great battle here, though, Brett. I mean, couple of Camaros, having a go of it.
Yeah.
It's good to see.
I mean, and I did know that Tannick was a little bit slower through some of the corners and stuff like that. So I thought, I mean, because he's normally a lot faster than this, and I was just, what's going on? And I thought he might be in fuel-saving mode because it was just a bit uncharacteristic, some of the points that I was gaining on him big time. So, yeah. I was trying to figure a way around and get clean, but it was not easy, and especially with Crosby on my ringer.
He's right there. We'll check back in.
I just could not.
And I think that's one of the hardest things about driving against Bruce is just trying to find a way past him. He's one of the hardest cars on track that we see each week to be overtaken. It's so hard to overtake him.
Yeah,
and I think that's one of the best forms of his racing. It's just how good he is at being able to hold a car behind him and make it hard for a driver to get an opportunity. Stoyles now, Mackay and Randall battling away too. This is all for P12.
Oh big
my
hip and
God.
shoulder. Cop that.
As Mackay comes through on Stoyles now for P12. So Stoyles under pressure here from Randall as well. He wants to move up the inside at 12. Can't quite get the right up under brakes. One thing that's going to be interesting next week, Brett, not just the rain, but the rain and debris combination that we could see on track. Yeah. Now, it wasn't really a factor at Interlagos last season because there wasn't that many sand traps. Jerez is a beach. It has got so many sand traps around it. This is going to be the first time we properly experience wet weather racing with sand traps that can be dragged back onto the road and will not clear properly. It could be a bloodbath next week when we go washing ourselves at Jerez.
31 of 33 have been completed here so far.
Now we're on lap 31 of 33, Brett. We've completed 30.
Sorry, what did I say?
You said 31 have been completed.
Of 33?
Yeah, we're on lap 31. We haven't completed the lap.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
that's what I mean. Yeah.
I told you I'm not real Mart. Real Mart.
SMRT.
Haynes just closed right up on Degoe. Landing there for a second and backed out.
He's putting pressure on him. Haynes would love a podium here tonight. Reignite his season even more for the former Quantum Racing driver, now privateer.
He's having a good season. He's
is.
actually having a pretty good season. We've seen some good driving from him.
This result tonight will find him in the hunt for the top 5 of the championship. I mean, that there, it's been a long game for him to get into the aspects of what John Van Ree claimed he could do a few seasons ago when he came up to Split 2.
And Crosby has gotten past myself there, so I've got Crisdale on me ringer now, and Doble is less than 1.5 seconds away. So Crosby's got some pace on the back of Tannic.
You need Brad to come give you some help here, Brett. Bit of a support.
Yeah, come on, help your teammate out.
Help your teammate who's not in the championship battle when you are.
No, when you are, yeah. I think it's a bit reversed, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think Crisdale just sitting in the pocket there as well. I wasn't too unhappy that Crosby got past, because I knew he was fast, and I could not get past Tannic. So, and hey, I'm happy to be up there anyway. It's still a good result from where I am at this point. Tannic covering off on the inside of Crosby, forcing Crosby to go around the outside. And a little bit of a lock up there, unfortunately. Otherwise, he could have gone around that corner a bit quicker and maybe stayed out with him. But he's lost a little bit of distance to Tannic.
Yeah,
but he probably will gain it back.
Loss of a bit of zing there through turn 6 for Crosby, but he's picked it right back up again at 8 into the Mercedes-Benz Stadium section.
And Doble's right on the back of us now, and it looks like Crisdale's got past myself. So Brad is he's in 11th spot at the moment. But I'll tell you what, he's in the box seat for some decent points here.
I was going to say, surely there's a bit of team play here of, hey, Brad, just come on through. Don't lose so many points to Halil.
Well, I was thinking that. I thought, if I can stay on the back of the guys, I'm happy, and I'll ask him. But if I was starting to lose, I was going to let Brad through for sure.
So white flag lap as the drivers come around to start their final assault of the Hockenheimring. There we see the battle between Crosby and Tannic for P7 on the road. Crisdale, Fisher and Doble battling for the final top 10 positions as well. Chad Weiger, though, has got a world behind him, 3.3 seconds. And if he can lock this one out, well, it's going to take 4 cars to change it. If he can lock this one out, or if himself, DeGoey, Lanyon or Haynes win this race, it will be our 6th different race winner in 6 races of the season. The first 6 filled with a different race winner. The first time that has ever happened. We went 5 from 5 for the first time last week. And it looks to be we're going to go 6 from 6 this season in what is shaping up to be the tightest Split 2 championship of all time. And what has been arguably the most exciting.
Too.
Yeah, Lanyon and DeGoey feeling the pressure.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't want to take you away there, Hamish, but that pressure that Haynes is applying is big there. Looks like Crisdale's just got passed through on Tannic and back again. So they're having a battle of the ages. Oh, look at me go.
Yeah, you're right there with him.
Crisdale.
But for Chad Weiger, it is history-making personified. 5 from 5 at Road America. Tonight we go 6 from 6 as Chad Weiger wins his first race of the season and becomes our 6th different race winner as well. DeGoey and Lanyon make an all SLS P2, P3, double podium for then. Haynes into P4. Cesar finishes inside of the top 5, takes the lead of the championship. Mulford home in P6. Crosby in a very impressive P7. Great comeback from him tonight. Crisdale ahead of Brad Doble and Lorne Mackay for our top 10. There was a bit of biffing and barging, I think there, Brett.
And it looks like Tannic is out of fuel, so he's losing spots there.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, there was a bit of bargy going in those few last corners. I lost a few scores, and Brad actually got past, as well as Mackay and Crisdale and Crosby got past as well. So, yeah.
What a race. What a race. History made.
It was all going off there, there was lots of stuff happening with the pit stops, the safety cars really throwing the mix into it. And fantastic effort by Chad. He would be absolutely stoked with that win.
Indeed he is, getting his burnout on. Our Driver of the Day nominations are out there. Steve Lanyon, Darren Crosby, Halil Cesar, Brett Fisher. Get your votes in. 1 vote per person. We only want to see 1 name on your vote card. Get the votes in for who you think was Driver of the Day tonight, because for my money, any of them were worthy of it.
I got to vote for myself.
Of course you do, Brett.
Yeah, of course I do.
Wouldn't expect anything
What
less.
a cracking race! Oh, that I am so pumped for this season. This is just unreal. 7 winners so far in this series, and you know I am so spewing. I'm happy to be going away. I'm going away for the next 2 weeks, so unfortunately you'll be stuck with Hamish and whoever he wraps up. But
It's a surprise.
yeah, surprise guest. I'm spewing. I'm going to be missing calling the next 2 races at least because it is going to be good. I'll be looking forward to coming back and seeing how it's going to be all unfold for the last couple of races. But wow, what a season we are in for. Cat got your tongue there, Hamish.
No, I was reading and counting how many votes everyone has at the moment for the Driver of the Day award. At the moment, though, we'll have a quick chat to our podium finishers in Reese Segoe Chad Varga. First up, though, on the docket, Reese Segoe of SLS Racing. Reese, congratulations, making up for the mistake last week at Road America. Not only underfueling your car, but maybe defending a little bit too hard down the main straight. I think we can both agree. Solid result for you, though, and a solid result for the team tonight. Double podium, solid points on offer for you. Got to feel good after that.
Absolutely. Yeah, making amends for last week's mistake. Yeah, so SLS, both on the podium. It's good.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
happy with that.
I think you both proved something tonight. I think you've been on an absolutely ripper season thus far, Reese. Probably one of your best to date. How was it out there for you though tonight? I mean, obviously you took the better strategy play of pitting before critical, and then that gave you a betterment of position. But then you still made the mistake of letting Chad past you because you didn't think he was on the same strategy as you. Do you think he could have eventually gotten past you, or do you think that you could have maybe held him off if you just let him sit behind you?
I ultimately think he had better race pace than me, so he probably eventually would have got past. And he got a good start off the safety restart. I was still in 3rd. I didn't change back to 2nd off the launch. So little mistake there, but whatever. But I thought I duffed my strategy, to be honest, because I'd done the early pit stop, which is always the plan. And then when they called safety car on lap 10 or 11, I was behind Halil, and then he peeled in, and I drove around like a dumbass thinking, oh shit, what lap are we on? And then I thought, if I do a whole lap and pit again, it's going to be the lesser of the 2 evils. And I ended up being in front of Halil. So it worked out better in the end.
Well, of course, Jerez next week, Reese. Wet weather racing. Are you on track with us next week when we go racing in the rain?
I am. I've done a few laps, done a few stints so far, and yeah, not liking it much at all. Zero to no grip, even when the tyres warm up. So yeah, it's pretty hard.
Well, hopefully you can get comfortable with it prior to race night on Thursday and get yourself in a good position for to bag some points out there in Jerez. But Reese, let us know who helps get you out on track. Anyone you want to give a shout out to as well. For myself, Brett, and the rest of the crew, congratulations on P2 here this evening out at the Hockenheimring, and congrats to your team as well on the double podium with yourself and Lanyon up there in P2 and P3.
Yeah, awesome. Cheers, guys. So we got Shared Genius, Spot on Ag, Minogue Fitness, obviously the broadcast team, Racecraft, Logitech, the sponsors for Racecraft, for the league, sorry. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
No worries, Reese. Thanks so much for coming and have a chat to us. Best of luck next week in the wet weather out at Jerez. We look forward to seeing how you go.
Well done, mate.
Yeah, gonna need it.
Next up, we have our race winner here this evening, Brett. Our 6th different race winner this season in the first 6 races.
Not 7. I said 7 earlier, didn't I?
Oh, I don't know if you said 7 or not. I was just putting the emphasis on the 6.
Oh no, I think no, that's right. I said it'd be good if we had a 7th when we. Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. Mr. Viger, 2 weeks in a row, we are history makers, and you are the next history maker this season. 6th different race winner in the first 6 races. First time we've ever had that happen in Split 2. But your first race winner of the season, how are you feeling, and how much does that now reignite your championship going forward?
Thanks, Hamish. Well, I'm about to go away for 3 weeks, so until that point, yeah, it was good. So I'll get back for the last race, but yeah, I'm just happy that I had a good race for once and no issues and could show my pace.
Well, I was going to mention that maybe you did so well this week because Rick was away in the snow, and maybe you just need to tell him to stay there so you can try and get some performances out of the car. But if you're going away for 3 weeks, maybe we'll see Rick do well next week. Maybe there's a hex on the field when both Vigers are out there. Something happens.
Many a time, Nick and I are listening to his heavy breathing, and we say that puts us off, but I'm not sure. It's 100%.
I mean, you've raced spectacularly this evening, obviously. You showed some good pace. You had great pace, obviously, in round 1 back at Spa as well, where you won the Driver of the Day award. Obviously, you'll be back for the final round at the end of the season. When you do come back, do you think, how are you going to approach that final race? Is it going to be just try and get something out of it? Are you going to go for the win, or are you maybe going to see who's in the championship fight and you can then selectively choose who you're going to favour if they come up on you on track?
No, I race to do my best, but not have any issues with anyone on track. So, depending what position I'm in, and depending on the pace I have at the track, well, a race is a race, right?
That's right. Exactly right.
And races are going to race, aren't they?
They are. They are indeed.
Exactly. It was interesting tonight with the strategy because, I always try to ensure I've got one down by the time critical lap comes, and it absolutely played out perfectly tonight. Pitted 2 laps in a row with the first one under green, and the second one we'd already had another safety car, so away we went.
I mean, you came up absolute trumps with that strategy call. Obviously, it gave you a good opportunity to race win. You then managed to take home the race win as well. So every little puzzle piece was put together correctly for yourself on Thursday night. But Chad, massive congratulations to you on this race win, your first of the season. Let us know who helps get you out on track. Anyone you want to give a shout out to as well. For myself, Brett, and the rest of the vets, congrats on this win. Enjoy your 3 weeks off, and we look forward to seeing you back for the final round.
No, thanks, mate. Just the team, certainly a lot of work's done in the background by Nick on our paints, and sort of Matt Vanderkraan from Split 1. He certainly puts up our challenging videos that show us a time to set and what to do. And then, I call him the coach, but sometimes those coaching sessions are a bit abusive. But anyway, it pushes us forward.
Well, it pushed you all the way forward tonight, Chad. You managed to take home a race win for yourself. I mean,
you can't get any more forward than that, can you?
Really, unless he won Split 1, then
yeah, which would be quite incredible since he's in Split 2.
I know, it'd be a phenomenal performance. I think you'd have to win Driver of the Day just by sheer proxy. I mean, it would be spectacular. But no, Chad, congratulations on your efforts tonight. Best of luck next time out on track, and enjoy the 3 weeks off.
Thanks, boys.
No worries, thank you.
Well done, Chad.
Well, I have run the numbers tonight, Brett. I've run them. And our driver of the day here for the Hockenheimring. I won't get a drum roll happening. I need to be able to find the driver in the list so I can select them. There we go. I found
Is that a good...
That was very good. Fantastic. Absolutely phenomenal from yourself, Brett. The driver of the day here for the Hockenheimring goes to the driver of the 101 Chevy Camaro, Brett Fisher.
Oh, thank you, guys. Oh, my God. That's unbelievable. I didn't think. Oh, well, thank you guys. Thank you very much. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. Shout out to Darren Crosby and Steve Lanyon, who also received votes out there too. But it was fairly unanimous, Brett. There was no recalculations at all. It seemed that you were the favourite, and I think that just came down to your tenacity to fight with Bruce. It didn't come up with a top 10 finish, but a very fair effort, and your strategy paid off perfectly. So congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. That's awesome. That's really, really good. I did enjoy the race, and I think the other thing for myself is that, like as sometimes you end up in the mid pack and you sort of think to yourself, oh, am I just a mid pack driver and things like that? But then, I was up in the top 10. I had a few faster guys around me, but I was holding my own for a bit. So you sort of think, oh, okay, well, I can do this, So it's, look, it wasn't the best result ever, but I'm happy with that, and I think after looking at the ladder, it pushes me into the top 15, which is my hopefully to the for the end of the season. That's where I want to be within is the top 15. So no, thanks guys. That's absolutely awesome.
Well, I'd say to you then, Brett, when you head out to Sydney International Airport this week, you've got 2 of these now. You and the missus have got lunch.
Oh yeah. How good's that?
I know.
Well done.
Get yourself a chubby bun before heading over to Bali. Couldn't get
Very
any better,
good.
could it?
No, it couldn't get any better.
But massive thank
that's
you
fantastic.
though to everyone who's been with us here this evening. Of course, Brett, it's been a massive night of racing.
been a cracker.
150 Ks, 33 laps. It was an all-timer here this evening. Once again, 6 different winners from the first 6 rounds. And next week, when there's a bit of moisture in the air at Circuito de Jerez, we could very easily see a 7th different winner, which puts the precipice on 2 race wins to win a championship even higher, and it puts the pressure on the rest of the field as well.
Are we going to see, like we talked about before, the 2 race winners, 2 race winners, the first person to win 2 races, are they going to be a champion, or is it just going to close up the whole, going to close up the whole field, even more, depending on, obviously with drop rounds and things like that coming through.
Well, I mentioned at the start of the season, or earlier in the season, that the last 2 champions in the Gen 3 era have come from the winner of round 3 in their respective seasons. So last season, it was Matt Muggleton. The season prior was Logan Barnett. This season, the driver who won their race, obviously we've had 6 different race winners. The driver who won their race in round 3 was Halil Cesar, and he currently leads the championship on 879 points with 1 drop round included. Brad Doble is P2 on 868 points. Brett, do you know how many points are between them when there's 2 drop rounds included?
Not very many.
1.
I believe. 1.
There is 1 point separating them with 2 drop rounds included. I believe it is 707 points for Halil Cesar with 2 included. 706 points for Brad Doble with 2 included. So that's unofficial, obviously, because we've done the maths on that. That's not how it's reading on SimRacer Hub. So it does mean that Halil does get the orange number back for his lonesome. He doesn't have to timeshare it this week with next week with Brad Doble. But any minor mistake could swing it one way. But looking at how Halil did last season at Interlagos in the wet, could be a dangerous driver next week of taking home a win and really extending out this championship lead.
The pressure is building massively. Look, we've got an exciting conclusion to come to this series. Like we've got a wet race next week. We've got a new track to iRacing the week after that. We've got a possible another wet race somewhere in there as well. What's going to happen? I mean, stay tuned, guys, because this guys and girls and kids and old granddads and everybody, just stay tuned because this is going to be. I'm fired up. I am absolutely fired up for this championship.
It's a shame you have to miss the next 2 weeks, Brett. Hopefully you're watching along with us. All you got to do is go off Perth time. That's what Balinese time is. It's just Perth time, 3 hours behind.
Well, look, as I said to you, Hamish, I'm going to take the PC over. I'm going to take the headphones over. If I do get a chance to join, depending on what's happened, because I don't want to get in trouble from the missus, I may pop in, but I can't guarantee it. But I definitely will be trying to catch up with what's happening anyway.
Well, I would say you might need to be careful on how many cocktails may be in your system prior to hopping on, Brett. Otherwise, we may be in for a full mixed bag of crackers.
Oh yeah, big slur fest.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Yeah. And pronunciations.
Tim
just
Allen
going right out
will
the
make a
window.
return when that happens, Brett. So. But thank you, though, to everyone who has joined us here tonight. Connor Nixon's joined at the very end into the chat, as did Brad Doble and Lester Craig. So thank you guys for hopping into the chat with us. Appreciate everyone watching along. Appreciate everybody watching over on the Infinity Broadcasting channel. If you just joined us for the first time over there, or you've been with us for a while, hit the like button and subscribe the bell icon too, so you're notified whenever we go racing on the channel. Next up on the docket,
Hit that like button.
hit the like button. You know, if you're watching on,
It doesn't hurt.
head over to both. Go to the V8 Vets channel. Go to the Infinity Broadcasting channel. Like button free. Subscribe button free, bell icon free, then you're notified.
Yeah.
If you're watching on the Vets channel, you're getting notified when all the lower splits, below split 1, split 2, split 3, split 4 goes live. Obviously, 9 p.m. Fridays is split 4, 6:30 p.m. Saturdays is split 3, and 8:30 p.m. on a regular week for split 2 on Saturday evenings. For Infinity Broadcasting, where you're getting notified for not only Split 2 action of V8 Vets, you're also getting notified for the IRWC action by way of the VRS Porsche Cup Series on Mondays. Myself and Brett O'Brien in the booth for that. We go racing into Lagos this upcoming Monday for 60 minutes. It's going to be absolutely spectacular. Then as well, the Rod Nut Cups too. We're going racing at Talladega next Friday night. You guys don't want to miss that. And then next season, next iRacing season, you'll also get some GTE action on your Wednesday nights too. So that's going to be absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, support the channels. Go support Simspeed as well, so you are kept up to date with the Split 1 action and how all those drivers are doing over in Split 1 land, and if anyone can challenge Jordan Ross. But for myself, Hamish Munro and Brett Fisher alongside, massive thank you to everyone who's joined us here this evening. A big thank you to the series sponsors, Racecraft Simulations, Logitech G, Parramatta Isuzu Ute, Player One Simgear, Nova Simsports, Südspeed Gloves, LGC Images, and Chubby Buns Burgers for the Driver of the Day award. Tonight, it went the way of Brett Fisher. Next week, it could go to you. But until then, we appreciate everybody's time. We'll see you guys next week in the rain for Circuito de Jerez. Until then, stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.
Can't wait to hear those engines roar. Hot days and summer nights, finish line in the sights. Can't wait to hear those engines roar. There'll be sparks flying, rubber burning, doors banging, temperatures rising. Can't wait to hear those engines roar. There'll be hot days and summer nights, finish line in the sights. Can't wait to hear those engines roar. There'll be sparks flying, rubber burning, doors banging, temperatures rising. Can't wait to hear those engines roar. They're gonna roll. Ooh, they're gonna roll.
The Racing Series is a new milestone in Logitech G.
All the great old wheels, the G29, the G920, the G923, they all have their own unique way of connecting to each other, but there's no room for expansion with those products.
So the question arose was, what if we were to give the opportunity for the racer to switch out from a drifting wheel to a GT rim?
With the wheel hubs that we've created, that's got a very specific button set, but you can replace any of the steering wheels.
And the real lovely aspect to this was we could give the user, driver and the racer the opportunity to experience different genres of race.
That allows drivers to craft high quality, customized setups that resonate with your individual racing style.
When we start with the design, we always start sketching. Very often, once we've got sketches, we start discussing with engineering.
We had 3 rounds of engineering testing or user testing where we invited in users from sim racing, and every single round of feedback we refine, the product based on what they tell us.
In the sim racing lab, again, we're going to use data to really analyze what a driver needs. We've used everything from eye tracking to the inputs from the pedals, the inputs from the let's say input devices, the wheel and the pedals, the shifter. We're taking that and we're compiling it so that we can build different products based on those individuals' needs for all consumers and all drivers.
I don't know of anyone else in the industry that's actually doing this kind of research into their products to see how their products are affecting performance of their users.
We've built the product to make sure that it's as reliable as possible.
So the innovations in engineering that I'd say we're most proud of is the sequential handbrake and shifter toolless changeover. This is now a patented system, so it's really easy for the user to just switch between modes.
If you give people the tools to do what they want, they will.
They will just go off and have fun.
Introducing the Racekraft PT1, custom-built full chassis racing simulator. The design project, codenamed The Cage, an 80/40 extrusion chassis sitting on top of a Sigma Integrale DK2 Plus 4-point full motion actuator system. No compromises in the cockpit of the PT1 simulator. To maximize the experience, we start with the 49-inch ultra-wide monitor for the greatest field of view in a small footprint of the simulator, down to the SimuCube wheelbase that's tucked up and behind the monitors with SimCore extensions to get things out of the driving area. Everything is connected to a Cube Controls GTX steering wheel with the built-in dash and all the extra button functions available at your fingertips. Driving through the Raceworks S1 pedals, the potentiometer throttle and the 2 hydraulic pedals for brake and clutch ensures you maximize the feel underfoot, and seating yourself into an OMP HTER bucket racing seat with OMP belts connected to a G-belt tensioner to provide that extra feeling and the heightened experience while you're driving. Additional interfaces and accessories in the PT1, we have twin butt kickers, one on either side of the OMP seat, as well as a Jinx sequential shifter, the SimPush Race Logic timer to the left-hand side, a Racecraft built-in WinSim kit with Philips Hue lighting and a built-in soundbar, plus the OMP side net to finish off the experience in the PT1. The Racecraft PT1, build number 1, the ultimate in sim racing experience, combining the best products in the market with the passionate, no-compromise approach that goes beyond racing simulation.